Hello, my name is Jerilynn Payne. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am Jewish. As a Black Jewish woman, I have faced some challenges. One example is while visiting an older congregant, Jewish congregant, her family member came in and automatically assumed that I was the worker there to care for his elderly relative, although I had a kippah on. And fortunately, my friend spoke up and introduced me as her friend there for a visit. Another example is I wanted to know what the preschool program at the synagogue offered. Although I don't have children or grandchildren myself, I do have grandnephews and nieces, and they're often curious about what I do in Judaism. So I went to attend the program, and I was there on time, maybe a tad early. And the teacher that was doing the presentation that day asked me why I was there. So I told the teacher why I was there and what my interests were. That I really wanted to learn some of the activities so that I could share them with my grandniece and nephews. She continued to say, "But why am I here? Why are you here?" And after about the fourth time, I decided I would just leave the room. And I immediately contacted the person that was in charge of the program to let them know of the challenges. She, in turn, apparently called the teacher, came back, called me, and asked me to return to the Zoom room. I decided at that time it would not be good for me or for this teacher for me to return to the room. Subsequently, the religious school director called to apologize. And mind you, I had been to other programs, but called to apologize for this particular incident and began to identify some of his um, terms of melting pot, that we don't see color with our teachers, on and on. And I reminded him that I was a full figured Black woman and you had to see me as me. I wanted him to learn more, not just by reading a book, but let's have candid conversations. Early on in my Judaism journey, I was able to have my first Passover Seder. It was online, but to share it with Jews of color. I thought it was pretty special. One of my sisterhood members wanted me to connect with Jews of color and made a connection for me so that I could have my first Passover Seder online with Jews of color. But culturally speaking, the leader was able to incorporate Judaism and some of the call and response from my racial identity into this Seder, and it was a beautiful experience. Additionally, I have a loving and caring family. When I decided to take this journey, I was embraced and supported all the way. From the very youngest members of my family who are 5 and so curious, or who call me from Florida and want to know, well, Auntie, happy Hanukkah. Are you having a good time? They're curious about different aspects of Judaism, ask their parents, their grandmother, different questions, and want to, when I visit them, talk to the rabbi, and they have delightful conversations with the rabbi. I think it's important for me to embrace my tribes together so that everybody can feel comfortable and feel welcomed in the community in which I've come to embrace and to love.